next is the method of the trip distributions. So in this method of the trip distributions, so there is a various method for the trip distribution. So in this the majorly the two types of the trip distributions which is in this trip distribution method. So that is the growth factor method. Another is the synthetic method. So in this growth factor method, so that has been used in the earlier studies, but have the yielded places now for the more rational synthetic models, where the descriptions of this growth factor method is however given here, because there are still used in the small studies, and they serve to provide the historical background before the more recent method that has been which has been discussed. So in this growth factor method, so there is a various important growth factors methods are there. So in this important growth factor method, so there is a one is these are the important growth factor method. So in the growth factor method, so it is first one is the uniform factor method, or you can say the uniform growth factor method. So next is average factor method. Next is fractor method, third one, and the fourth one is the furnace method. Okay, so this is about the growth factor method. So like that, there is a for the trip distribution. So there is another method, that is so in this synthetic method also, that will be having the various models are there. Okay, for the analysis of this trip distributions. So the various method of the synthetic methods of the trip distributions. So that is the first one is the gravity models. Second one is the Tanner models, and third one is intervening opportunity models. Okay, fourth one is computing the opportunities models. Okay, so these are the four methods of the synthetic method of the trip distributions. So next we'll see one by one of the uniform growth method, uniform growth method, under which we will discuss in detail about the uniform growth method, and the average factor method, and the third one the fractor method, and the fourth one is furnace method. So in this growth factor method, the methods that is being based on the following assumptions. So that has been present travel pattern that can be projected. So that is to design in the years. Okay, design years, it may be 10 years, 25 years, 50 years. Based on the design year, the future by using certain expansion factors, so that can be calculated. So this can be represented by the formula. So that is Tij is equal to small Tij into E. Okay, so this is by using this formula it will be calculated. So what is this Tij? So that is the design year for the future number of the trips from the zone I to zone J. So what is this small Tij? So that is the observed based year, the number of the trips from the zone I to zone J. What is this E? So this is what a factor, a growth factor. So this E is known as growth factor. So now in this all the whatever the different methods are there, that is uniform factor method, or the average factor method or factor method or furnace method. Based on this formula and altering from this formula, we will find out the various trip distributions from the various methods. Okay, so that's about the different methods of the growth factor method. Next we will go for the synthetic models. So that is been existing data for the certain relationship between the trip, making the resistance from the travel between the zones and the relative attractiveness of the zone from the travel. um, so this is how the growth factor method. So next we will go for the uniform factor method.